Hey,
Round and round she goes.
welcome to the Bob and Tam Show today. We are live from Teddy Morris's Harley Davison. We're right here by the front door coming in, so if you're anywhere in the neighborhood, you want to stop in and say hi, or come over here and check with Tam, and she's got the stickers for you, and we'll pass you one out until they run out. So come on by.
Don't have a whole lot left, just a few.
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd even use all of these, but we went through about, I don't know, 100 of them at least.
We've met a lot of subscribers since we've been here. And we're going to be talking about what's going on, what's happening, what's kind of changes that's happened here at the dealership. And so you get to talk while I get everything up and going here on our Facebook pages.
So it wasn't supposed to rain at all today, and it's been a little drizzly. It wasn't a downpour, I would call it, but it was just a steady kind of rain for about 15, 20 minutes, and then it let up. And it's been overcast all day, so it's been kind of, I don't know, it's a little slower, quiet day for a Saturday, it seems like. We were supposed to go down to Broken Spoke for Twisted Tea, their other bikini contest, but it looked like in between there it was going to rain. And from getting down from the Broken Spoke back to the dealership, that can be a little tricky sometimes. So with the rain and that, we weren't quite sure exactly how that would work. So we just decided to stay at the dealership. So we didn't make it down to the bikini show. So we've been here all day, talked to some vendors, almost got my bars ordered from J&P Cycle. I've got all the stuff that I need. So Janet's is on, Rowan's on, Christy's on. I don't know, we just had some Pringles, and I don't know why I got the hiccups from that. But anyway, it's been a great rally. Still lots of people here, pretty busy. I think when we heard this morning, they've sold over 300 bikes here at the dealership, so they're doing real well. Kelly is from Black Hills Harley, who's the GM here now. He's been very good to us, very gracious to us. Let us put us all up. We got a nice fancy table and a tablecloth and chairs right here in the front door when you walk in, so that's kind of cool. Been nothing but great to us. And he's got a lot of plans for this dealership, and Teddy's all on board, and we know a lot of the employees. I think they're all on board and ready to go. Getting some new stuff out and getting it going. After we leave here, we're going to head over to Kissimmee after this rally, drop the bike off with a subscriber, Ride King, and our bike's going to stay there. We're going to fly home. We're going to go to Arizona Bike Week. Then after that, we're going to go fly back over here to Leesburg. And after Leesburg, then we'll do Panama City and Myrtle Beach on the bike.
Right.
Hi. Fine. How are you? You do? Well, thank you. It's nice to meet you. Woo, those hands are full.
Hey, everybody, we're live. You're now live.
Yep. I'll give you guys a sticker. Thank you. Nice to meet you, too.
Thanks for
did you get a
watching.
tattoo?
Yeah. Just thought you got wounded there. All right.
So probably we're usually on about 2 hours, so probably till around 6.
Okay, nice. And
You want to come back by afterwards, and we can sit down and talk if you want?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Okay, sounds good. All right.
All right, got our first guest stopping by. That's pretty special. In a little bit, depending on how things go, I'll probably sync my phone up to where I'll walk around a little bit and you guys can kind of see what's going on here. Or maybe we'll flip the camera around instead of just watching us.
George Hirsch's says they're back in the freezer, so they must have already went home.
You're in tomorrow's video.
Oh, George will be?
Yep. So we have a lot of videos still to come. So stay tuned. Keep watching. We did a great job down there at Willie's. I just put a little bit of that video up yesterday. Actually, I was going to try to put it all up, but I mean, it's going to be over an hour long.
I mean, he'd worked on it for a couple hours. I said, "Are you done yet?" No. Are you done yet?
I haven't even got to where people were coming in yet. But I mean, we had a lot of great interviews. I'm probably going to do a couple different videos. I'm probably going to do one right away that's just going to kind of show you the bike shows, show you all the bikes, all that, and then do another one with all the interviews we did because there's just so many people we talked to, and I want to get out there because there's a couple other YouTubers that's already put some videos out, but they're not going to be as good as ours. So we did a really good job of getting some pictures. Tammy even talked to that thumbnail with the Volkswagen with the motorcycle on the back of it.
Oh yeah.
Talked to them about their bike and all that. So that'll be coming up here next week sometime.
So before Emery leaves, Emery HVAC Ron, tell Emery happy birthday. She said it's her 9th birthday this year, and they're at the water park all weekend. So happy birthday, Emery. Have a nice birthday at a water park. I'm sure you're having a great time.
Hopefully it's warm.
Looking tan. He is. I've been covered up.
Looks like I got a mohawk. Should I wet
He
my hair
needs
back?
a haircut.
Pretty
Rowan says, great coverage of Daytona rally as always, watching everything that we missed. Bob and Tam. That was
So let me
George.
tell you a little rundown. First of all, let's talk a little bit about the dealership here. Teddy Morris took it over a little more than a year ago. Teddy took it over. And Shelly Rossmeyer kind of stepped down about a year ago.
Probably 2 years ago.
Has it been too close to 2 years?
Yeah, because Shelly was here the first year, and then she was here with Josh, and then she left after.
Okay. So yeah, I guess it's been 2 years. Teddy's been here. Teddy's a great guy. We've got him on. You've already seen him once on the channel if you've been watching the videos. But he's kind of like our dealerships that we have back home, that he lets all of his dealerships run themselves. He doesn't really get too involved with them on a daily basis. So we first had our first GM that we had was Josh. And some of you have met, if you were watching videos last year, you got to meet Josh. And he ended up leaving, and they brought in Kelly. Kelly actually is from Black Hills Harley Davison. So we kind of had a little bit of a tie with him to where we're really back now, really in place where we used to be with Shelly Rossmeyer. Shelly Rossmeyer just did so much for us, was so gracious to us. And Kelly wants to step up. He told us on Friday when we met him in opening day, he wanted to work with us and make this a great thing. And there's a good chance we're going to be back.
How are you?
Be back here in Oktoberfest. So that'll be pretty exciting. So if that all works out, we'll be letting you guys know soon as that happens. If it's going to happen, we may be here for the Trike Fest that they have the weekend before, and be here for Bike Week itself. So that'll be kind of exciting if that does happen. We did fly in, so some people have been asking us, how did you guys get there this year? We flew in. We actually got here 2 Saturdays ago. We arrived in Orlando. The bike showed up. It was a Wednesday. We went and got it. Thursday, Wednesday. We had it shipped by Hall Bikes. Did an excellent job. Got it here a little bit early. And we just went over to Ocala and just picked it up there instead of taking it to the dealership over in Leesburg. We did want to have it delivered here because we just knew there'd be a lot of stuff going on. It's tough. Same thing, we're not leaving the bike at Leesburg when we leave. So that's how it all worked. So we've been here. Things have been a little different just for the fact that we weren't here earlier. So we really haven't done it. We also spent 2 days riding. We did a ride yesterday. We went to New Smyrna, and that's how I'm pronouncing it right, New Smyrna.
New Smyrna.
And went out to the peninsula. Never been there. Didn't even know that existed. It was really cool. So you'll see a little bit of that on Sunday's video. Talk a little bit about that. Then we did the ride the other day that we did. One of our subscribers that was here, Lisa and Joe, we rode out to, they never really did the loop. So we kind of went out and did about half of the loop, came out on Flagler Beach there. We went up to the, what was the bar called? Fins. I think it was called Fins. Went up on the upper deck, had lunch, all that kind of stuff. Then we went ahead and rode into St. Augustine's. They had never really done much there. We were going to go downtown, but on Monday or Tuesday, whatever day we did that, it was crowded as heck. So mainly went out there to Adamak because Ratfink on our channel is working out there, and he didn't really have any time off. So he's kind of helped us out a lot. We wanted to just go out there and kind of say hi to him and boost his energy up. Somebody needs to come down here and work down here. They're looking for salesmen. Gotta call Ratfink and let them know. He said they're looking for good salesmen. So there's an avenue for you. So
a little bit of a drive, but
yeah. So
get that bike and ride.
The dealership has changed here. If any of you have been to Black Hills Harley Davison, it's going to similarly get close to that. Like right now in this whole showroom, normally we have some bikes on that side, clothing on this side.
Bikes upstairs.
All, clothing and accessories and all that kind of stuff. Boots and all the stuff. It's just all on the first floor. Now the second floor is turned into a VIP area. So it's kind of cool. We haven't got up there to film that yet. We'll get it before we leave. Just kind of give you a sneak peek of what's up there. They got a bar up there and just a whole bunch of other stuff going on. So there's a lot of people coming on. Let me switch the camera around so you guys can watch them while we talk to you. And settings. There we go. Camera. Hey, there I am. There you go. You guys can see a little bit of people coming into the showroom. So we're kind of sitting. So right across from that is where we're sitting at. You see all the stuff. There's a bunch of little kid clothes. They still got some of the older bikes. They're still over there. Teddy's got a bike over here. It's all red, white, and blue. Got a number 46 on it. He's got a collection of really cool bikes over there that we're going to be showing you guys in a video. There's boots and stuff. Everything else is kind of laid out, but they took all the bikes are now outside. So that's kind of cool.
So Marvel wants to know how many bikes they think they've sold.
Right now, last count, but we've already seen a bunch of them go
That
out
was
today.
This morning.
Was they thought they were a little bit over
300.
300. Oh, there's your sandable influence.
I know. I said hi, Lisa.
We're just talking about you.
I know. She might have heard. I don't know.
And so, yeah. So we're just kind of showing some stuff that's going on here. It's kind of cool. So what else is going on? Let us tell you a little bit about... We'll turn the camera that way. I don't know. You want to see what's going on? You want to see us? There's your choice. You can let us know. Front door again. So what do we think about the rally? Definitely last Saturday was the busiest day I have ever seen in Daytona the 5 years we've been covering this.
Lisa said hi.
Biggest super crowd I've ever seen. We did have rain on Wednesday. I think a lot of people headed out before Wednesday because they heard the rain. And kind of same thing this weekend. We really weren't that busy Thursday or Friday. Today, there's a lot of people. Not as busy as last Saturday, but a lot. Also, this weekend also starts the Black Bike Weekend that we have over at the college over here. We wanted to go to that. Detroit Randy has got a bike show that's going on 3 to 5, but we wanted to set this live up for you guys because we're not going to do a live tomorrow. Just to finish that up.
So William Blankenship said his kids' sports killed his bike trip weekend.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, we know how that goes. Rod King's on.
There you go.
Paul Clever does Teddy's, and then that's all it says. I mean, it's you guys a lot. Amazing how many there are. I know there's
so Rod
still a lot of
King,
people
we're not going to come in on Saturday or Sunday. I'm going to go ahead and try to hope for the rain, not on Monday. So we'll drop the bike off there in front of your garage, and then we'll come back later when you get off work. You got to finish your mind.
Iron Horse looked packed from the videos I've seen earlier.
Yes.
That's one place. And being here so short, there's a lot of places we haven't gotten to get to or didn't get to. I guess I don't think we're going to get to it. We didn't go to the Iron Horse. We did never make it down to the Indian dealer. We were there yesterday for the Boss Hoss parade. We got to film that, but we didn't really get to go talk to the dealer, any of that. Someplace else where I thought we never did get to go, we always go. We got to talk to Heavy Ed, but that was just for a brief second. I don't know. Just really wasn't a whole lot of time to get to every place we wanted to go. But we've been talking a lot to different people about the bike builds and different things like that. And also with our subscriber or sponsorships, we've been doing videos for them too. So that takes a little bit of our time away from bringing you coverage and information.
So this is our first time doing it this way, flying in, having the bike here. We'll have to reevaluate. We'll see. We had some trouble last year in Sturgis. I lost one of the hard drives. So a lot of the vendors that we have that are sponsors of us, we lost some of their footage that I was going to make videos afterwards. Just like now, I've made a bunch of videos. We have the SSD drives now. I'm going to actually take some of the video over the next day or two and transfer it onto another drive that I have another SSD, just in case. Can't do it all because we'd probably never be able to get it done before we left. But some of the main days, like Willie's, we did some stuff for All About Customs. We did some stuff for, what's the fairings?
Wide Open Customs.
Wide Open Customs. I don't know why I can't remember it. Wide Open Customs. So we'll try to get all that information put on some other drives just in case something would happen. Also did Boss Hoss. We did the ride with them yesterday.
They had a luncheon and appreciation day for Boss Hoss.
So they want a video from that. So we got a lot of stuff we still got to do. I just got some stuff I filmed today for Speeds. Got to get that edited and put up for him so he can put it on his Facebook and his website.
Paul said you still did a fine job.
But we've learned, just like here, we've learned how we do stuff. My idea this year we wanted to do was more videos of more of you at home. Most of you, that just like George was here, Lisa and them were here this week. Now they're home. They really weren't watching much of the videos when you're here because you want to ride, you want to do stuff, go out to eat, go down to Main Street, all that stuff. And that all, so then when you get home, so we want to try to do, we're trying to change it this year to give you more of what's happening daily versus us giving you a rundown of things still to eat, things, places to go, all that kind of stuff.
Neil's on. Geez, Neil, what time is it there? So 4 hours, so it's noon there.
Eat lunch. So we'll get this down by Leesburg. Hopefully Leesburg's a little different because there we don't have as many places. We're probably not going to go on a ride in Leesburg that I'm expecting. But hey, I put somewhere between 500 and 600 miles since we've been here in 2 weeks.
I know he kept saying, man, I need gas to get on the bike. I need gas. I mean, we've ridden, since we've gotten the bike, we've ridden every day on the bike, even the day it rained. We rode the bike that day because we knew we were going to be inside during the period it was supposed to rain. And we were, and it worked out. So yeah, since 2 weeks ago, Wednesday, we've been on the bike the whole time.
And we have a lot of other stuff. We were at the flat track for 2 evenings. We got a whole bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Royal Enfield has an all-girls motorcycle club that are doing some races and stuff. So it's kind of cool. Cam got some interviews with some of the young girls. So you'll get to meet them, talk to them, stuff like that. And just a lot of cool stuff that we haven't been able to put up yet. That's ones that I'm going to have to spend a little time editing and putting out. So we're still going to have probably a couple of weeks still of videos before we get going to Arizona Bike Week. So things will, there's still a lot to come out here still on Daytona. So pretty cool. Like I say, we did a lot of stuff. But like I say, we didn't get to go back down to Cackleberry. We didn't go to Burning Bike last night. It's just been getting really cool here at night. The other morning, yesterday morning, got up, it was 41 degrees at 7 o'clock in the morning.
We did drive the car down to Walmart. He says, it's really cold out there. I said, well, we needed a few things at Walmart. I said, let's go to Walmart in the car. And then by the time we get back, it'd be about 9-ish, and then it'd be a little warmer.
55. So this morning riding in, because we're down all the way in Port Orange. So it's 4 exits down. It's probably, 20 miles down, probably. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea how far it is. It's about 4 exits down. And so we ended up taking, this is the first time that we got to ride on the highway out here because we've been taking the back roads because it's just been so cool. The wind, up until these last 2 days, we've had
directions to
60-mile-an-hour winds down here, 50 miles. If you were down on Main Street, one night we were there, it was like 5:30.
20 miles.
And I asked her, I said, maybe we'll stay here a couple more hours. She goes, no, it's too cold. Once the sun goes down, I want to be back in the motel before the sun goes down.
So, David, we will be in Myrtle Beach this year. He said, that looks like a cool event. You need to come up to Myrtle Beach.
Yep, we'll be there. Depending on how things go. Somebody else said maybe they could put my bike in the back of somebody's trailer, but I don't know. The idea is what we're doing now is we will fly home after this. So Monday, we go over to Orlando. We're actually going to Orlando. That's where the hotel's at. And we're going to be taking the bike over to Kissimmee, over to Rod King's house. We're going to leave our bike there until Leesburg Rally. So we show up the Tuesday before Leesburg to cover that, and we'll be there till the Tuesday afterwards. Then we go straight to Panama City. We're going to ride the bike to Panama City, check in the hotel there, and we'll be there from like Tuesday on till I think Sunday or Monday is when I got the motel there. And then from there, I'm planning on riding the bike to Myrtle Beach, so about 650 miles or whatever it is to Myrtle Beach. Looking to get her to hitchhike away on some of the vendors.
Get your
ride up into, and there we're going to stay at Steven's house. And
so, David, email us your contact information, and I'll put it in my phone, and then I'll send you our contact information, and then you can text us when we get to Myrtle, and we can meet up with you then. Because texting is better than calls. Yes, because this phone
doesn't like phone calls. So pretty exciting. I'm really enjoying this year's Daytona.
Didn't go to the Burning Bike.
Nope, we didn't go to Burning Bike. There's a lot of things we missed. We missed the big bikini contest here, Teddy Moore's bikini contest last Saturday, but we were running behind by the time we got here. It's already over. Normally it lasts about 2.5 hours, but it must have lasted about
We
an
figured
hour.
we'd get the last set of it, and we got there. There was nobody on stage because last time they did all these interviews. They had like a radio station, and they did all these interviews and all this stuff, and they took pictures, and I mean, it lasted quite a while. So we thought, well, it always runs a little late. They stretch it all out to get everybody to stay there. Everybody was gone. I don't know. They went fast.
Yeah. So but things have changed. But like I say, GM has changed now. So things are a little different. They've got what's the band that's playing tonight? It's
Not Buck Cherry, Cherry Wild, something
Black
like
Cherry something.
that. Something Cherry.
They sent me an email today. Who's playing at Teddy Morris tonight? Day 7. It's not day 7. It's day 9. Saturday at Teddy Morris. Teddy's here somewhere.
We're fully into day 2.
We have the Miss Teddy Morse Bikini Spectacular.
Oh, no, that's last week.
And this is day 2.
Oh. Well, it said on the thing when I looked, it said it was day 9. All right, let me go to their website. It's probably on the website.
Flip it a little. There you go. There's Charlie from New Hampshire is on. How are you doing up there, Charlie? Pating, he says. Say pating back to him.
Pating to the nation.
I couldn't find what you did. Thanks, Tam. I'll look it up. I'll stop looking. We've been out there once or twice for the bike burning. Same thing. Events are down there. They kind of drag it all out as long as they can. They have a Miss Fast Lanes, I guess they call it. Contest
Burning
out
Bike.
there. Miss Burning Bike, I guess that's it. So they did that. And then they have a band, and then they
Blackstone Cherry
there you go.
is going to be on tonight, and the opener is Tim Montana. So the show starts at 6, and that'll probably be at 7:15. Jesse James Dupree is going to give away the rolling Daytona bike. Maybe we'll get out there and do that and check that out since we're already over here. So they had a lot of different stuff going on, but I know a lot of people really like Blackstone Cherry. That they wanted to bring in a more well-known band this year. We've been down at the dealership. Down at the headquarters for Harley downtown on the Speedway. They've got the new Harley down there, the new CBO,
Road Glide RR.
RS. Is it RR or
I think
RS?
it's RR.
And it's down there. I kind of did a video on that. That'll be out on Sunday. Just talking. I didn't get to ride it. We waited too long to contact them. I didn't know. I guess they ran it on the track. They didn't let you actually take it out on the street. We'll talk a little bit about it. But we also got to meet some of that. That video hasn't come up yet either. We actually met 3 of Harley Davidson's bagger racers. So we met them. The audio is not the greatest, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I should have put a mic up there, and I didn't.
You should have used your road mic. That probably would have done.
And it's kind of echoey and stuff. I thought it would pick up with my new camera, but it didn't do very. When I looked at it, it wasn't really that great. So I ended up on one of the videos. I just put her. She kind of talked to the 3 racers at the table, and they were signing autographs and stuff. So, but it was interesting because they told us a lot of stuff about that bike. There's a lot of things that Harley's going to be. Looks like they're going to probably go with Orland shocks starting up soon on all the performance bikes and stuff. That'll be the accessory that you'll be getting on the newer ones. So that's kind of neat that they've determined that that's better than some of the other brands that are out there. So that's kind of cool. And to get that perspective from the racers that are racing these bikes to know what they like and what they don't like. So that's kind of cool. And they were kind of telling us a lot about that. If nothing else, we'll listen to the interviews and then maybe we'll write it down and then we'll re-talk it and tell you what they said. If it ends up being really bad language.
Somebody went out the wrong door. Or somebody forgot to take a tag off.
Something like that. Or they forgot to take the... So, pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's been cold all across the nation. I mean, some friends and family out in California, they're like, it is freezing out here. It's been raining. They say it's freezing up north. It's cold in the Midwest. It's cold down here. I don't know what's going on.
Right now, it's 72 degrees.
But it's overcast.
At 4:20. So we were supposed to have the sun off and on today, but I don't know where this rain came from. There wasn't supposed to be any rain today at all. I probably could have made it over to the Brook and Spoke, and would because it never did rain that hard. But I was just afraid to get over there. Their internet sucked. We tried to do a little live from there over the other day on Facebook, and just nothing. Here, at least, our T-Mobile phones are working really good, and then the Verizon phone did not work at all. And they let us tap into their employee.
Well, they
Internet.
say during the bike rallies, they usually don't even let their employees get on the internet. They changed the password because they said if too many people get on the internet and they're so busy at the registers, and I guess the registers are all internet connected somehow, it slows down that. So that's why they don't like anybody to use it. And I told them we're not using it to upstream. I'm just answering some questions. So we're not using a lot of internet, just enough so I can pull the questions up or the comments up.
So it's not this phone here, which is our phone, which is T-Mobile. It's sending the signal up. Then I've got my phone, which I'm probably going to go around here soon.
I get this cough.
And walk around a little bit. Yeah, she don't have nothing. I don't know what.
That's what Neil said. I hope you're not getting what I have.
No,
I don't know what
she's
it
been
is.
coughing for about the last 2 months again.
And I've been taking that stuff that Chris told me to take out, and it's Good Lungs.
Are you
And
still taking that?
yep, I brought it all with me.
You
And
need a bigger dose.
I know. Well, you're supposed to take it twice a day. Wow, look at her hair.
It's
This lady's got beautiful hair that's way past her butt. Anyway, so Neil said mostly cloudy here. 420. Burr, laugh out loud. He's in Alaska. Heading to the Harley Museum in May. What would you ask an archiver? There's so much stuff, so much history that we don't. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we don't even know. We've always ridden motorcycles, but we never really got into either the racers or the history, all the different motorcycles Harley makes. I mean, I know an Ultra Classic, I know a CVO, but I know there's all different kinds of CVOs. I know a Sportster, a Softail, a Heritage, but all the FXRT, FXLR, I don't know any of those, what they are. I'm trying to figure out what a difference between a flathead and a panhead and a knucklehead is. There's just too much. And we were never into that. We just got on the bike and rode. So a lot of you guys are much more informative of all that information than what we are. Bob's going to try to show you the people walking by too. All right. So he's going to walk around and show you. I'm on there twice. David Brown said they had high winds and fire burns all around Myrtle Beach and had a big fire. Somebody said that there was a big fire in Myrtle Beach. I was just there on Valentine's Day the other weekend and still working on the fire still. That's crazy because you hear about that stuff like in the forest. But I guess, but Myrtle Beach doesn't have forests, but I mean, up on the other side of the state, they have a lot of forests and stuff. That's crazy. Just like those ones in California, they burned for what, almost 2 weeks? When here, I had trouble riding my bike and staying on the road. Check out Buc-ee's. And we did stop at that one last year on our way back. I think the way we came. And then there was one right outside of Gatlinburg. Is that where we went? Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Pigeon Forge, where Dollywood is and all that. Pigeon Forge. We'd stopped. There was the Buc-ee's right there off the highway, whatever highway we were on. I'm assuming the 40. So we have been to quite a few Buc-ee's. It's funny now because where we live in Arizona, they're supposed to be getting one in Scottsdale area, somewhere around in there. They finally approved everything. It hasn't been built yet. I don't even think it's started yet. But when we were coming home from California the other day, or we went to Lake Havasu, I don't know what it was. We were on the 40, and there was a big Buc-ee's sign, and it says the Buc-ee's in 896 miles. And I'm like, holy cow. So I have no idea where that one is, but that's a long way away. Probably the one, I would say the first one when you get into Texas. I don't know how far away that is. Sounds like you know more than most. I don't. Really, I don't. We're under a burn watch. Hi. Tell everybody who you are.
My name is Julian. I'm one of the sales guys here at Daytona Harley. I'm a traveling salesperson, and I'm having a great time. It's my first time in Florida, first time at Daytona, and by golly, I'm absolutely coming back.
All right, you're liking it. Where are you from originally?
I'm from St. Paul, Minneapolis area.
Oh, and you thought it was going to be warmer down here, huh?
You know, I left, it was negative 20. And then when I landed and I looked at the weather, it was like positive 40. And so I was shaking my fist. I wanted them to be even madder at me. But
You wanted it to be sunny and 80, right?
dude, I wanted, well, down here, yes, and up there, super cold. But what's magical is just a couple of days ago, they got like 10 inches of snow. And then when I walked, my buddy sent me photos. And then I sent him a photo of me eating waffles outside on the balcony over there. It was pretty awesome. That's
Now, do you go to Sturgis and do Black Hills, Harley?
I do. Yep.
Okay.
I've been doing that for 2 years. It's been a great time. I ride out there because it's so close. This next year, I might ride down for like Oktoberfest and then leave my motorcycle here. So then when I fly down, then I'll have transportation. So then I can do all that sweet motorcycle stuff downtown. Ride up and down A1A and just cause general mischief and havoc. You know,
There you go.
it's a good time.
It will be.
And shoot, I'll leave you with this, Tam. Here's my sticker.
All
and
right.
I'll borrow you. I'll take one of yours as
Okay.
well.
We'll swap stickers.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much for letting me bother you.
No. So tell them again, if you want a bike and you're down here, who do you come see?
You come see Julian W. Carlson.
There you go. So now you know you've got a personal salesman.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is great.
Take care.
Oh, energy transfer.
You too. So there you go. Now you have a salesman. He gave me one of his little stickers here. So we have another sticker to put on the sticker board when we get home. David says he loves, I guess you're talking about the one in Myrtle Beach. You're only 45 minutes away from that. That's pretty cool. SJS says 30 minutes away from her. Steven's on. Still smoking here and there. Steven's also from Myrtle Beach. All you Myrtle Beach people are on. Are you getting all excited for Myrtle Beach? So we'll be out there to see you guys then. That dude is correct. I just talked to my sister in Blaine, and she said they had about a foot of snow on the ground. That's crazy. I am over the snow. Bucky's yep. Then we still got our Bucky's cup. Always bring them with us. There's mine. Mine's almost empty. There's Bob's. This is getting kind of faded. We might have to stop and get him a new Bucky's cup on the way home. There's XM Biker. How you doing, Christian Biker? Bruce Nelson says 50 and sunny in St. Paul today, and the snow is going away. It happens here every March. Somebody else told me that too. They said never fails in March. We always get dumped on really big up there. So I get that. So anyway, Bob's walking around showing you guys. I guess he's outside right now. He might be coming back in this way. There he is. I see him walking. So he's walking around showing you everything. They did have on this one far wall a whole mural, Bruce Rossmeyer and kind of the history. And we wasn't sure if they were going to take that down or not. It's still up. So that's kind of cool that they kind of left that up because that's the history here. And Bruce Rossmeyer built this empire, whatever you want to call it. So it's kind of cool. And we're so glad that Kelly's here, Kelly Rand, as the new GM, because he's really helping us a lot. And it feels like we're welcome here and we're back at home. Left Daytona yesterday. Missed you guys somewhere along the line. Hope to see you next year. Okay, Greg. And maybe if you're at one of the other rallies, you'll have to let us know. If you haven't already, if I don't have your information, email it to me here at this email address, bobandtams@yahoo.com, and we'll swap info, and then we'll have each other's number. And then, like I say, if we're at a rally and you have our number already, text us, because a lot of people say, we're going to be in Daytona, we're going to be in Myrtle Beach, we're going to be here, we're going to be there. I can't remember all of you guys where you're going to be and where you're going to be at. So don't hesitate to text me. I'm pretty good about checking the texts most of the day. And then I can reach out. And if we can't meet up one-on-one or meet somewhere, go for a ride or whatever, at least we can tell you where you're going to be at. So at least we can meet you, say hi, and give you a sticker, if nothing else. So that was for Greg. High school hockey tournament, snow never fails. Skippy Jones is on. How you, Skippy? I know there was another gentleman that was on earlier, and that's what he said. He missed the whole Daytona Bike Week because of their kids' sports, which I understand. Our girls, they were in softball a little bit when they were real little, and then more in dance competitions and recitals and things like that. And then right now, our grandsons, the two older ones, are in football, American football. The third one, he's done a lot of different things. He played baseball, he played soccer, he played the guitar, he plays drums. Never really stuck with one thing. And then the younger one is in football, soccer. He does, he's 8 and he's a monster. He just loves it. He plays it all the time. He's always out there. He's got different leagues he's on. He's on a travel team. He's going to school where you do half the day academic, half the day athletic. So it's all about training and conditioning, and he loves it, and they're not forcing him to do it or anything. So he might be a professional soccer player one day. You never know. Happy to see the new Harley colors. Purple denim is my favorite. I saw it at Black Jack Harley when I was getting mine service. What a cool color, and the colors this year. I know there was another one that we went to up in AdMac, and whoever we were with, must have been Joe, Lisa and Joe. And Joe's like, I've never seen that color before. And they told him what color it was. And I want to say a shark something gray.
So who's your guest you had?
That it was one of the salesmen out there. Julian Carlson. Julian W. Carlson. He's out here. He's from Minnesota, and he also does Black Hills Harley. He's done it the last 2 years. Yeah, so they do have some new colors out, some cool colors. I kind of like the paint job on that new Road Glide CBO RR. That was kind of cool, the paint colors on that. Skippy says he's doing good. I can't wait to meet you at the Sturgis Rally. And Nicholas, do you have our contact information? Same thing. Email us so we have it, and I just explained the whole thing. So contact us, because I'll forget who all is going to come. I might remember a few, but I won't remember all of you that's coming.
So we don't go back.
Especially for Sturgis.
On this, we don't are
We're good, Skippy.
not able to come back and see the comments on the lives because they don't. This is actually not through YouTube or Facebook. This is actually through what's called StreamYard. And they're able to where we can put 2 cameras up. We can bring your
people on.
Yeah, show whose comments we're talking about, things like that, so you can see it. It costs us to do this, but it's a lot easier for us to do it. We should fix it to where it's full screen. I don't know why. Instead of having that around it, let me check that. Layout. We want that one. How does that look? That looks worse. Let's try another one. Layout. I don't know. Maybe that's the only choice they have now.
Yep, that's it. Oh, now we're nowhere.
We're gone.
We
You're looking
disappeared.
at the tablecloth there.
Steve
Okay.
Rollins, a shout out from Kingman, Arizona. Hey, Steve. We'll have to catch up with you too. Same thing. Send us your contact information. I can hear myself.
You can.
I
tried
look
to-
on the thing. It looks
tried
like
to-
my
Turn it off, but it's
doesn't want to go off. So we can
there it goes.
catch up with you somewhere in Kingman. Now you who's making the noise.
It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
Steven said I had to pay $350 extra for black. Yeah, we heard that. That's like a
Premium color now.
yes, it's a
Gray
premium color.
is the standard color now. I guess too many people were ordering them, and then Harley figured out a way. Corporation decided, hey, we can make more money if we start charging for the black color. It is what it is. You know, if you bought a new car, every color costs you something. Even if you got a car in white, you got it in black, got it in pink, and they charge you for every color. So
They charge you for everything.
yeah, so you're still getting at least one bike here for free, color, the gray, but maybe it'll get popular and they'll pick another color. I don't know. Don't know why they pick. Corporation beyond the dealership, beyond us, beyond everybody else, where they make up these decisions of why they charge for one color and not another. You know, I can see custom paint jobs, you know, like a CVO or these new Mystics and stuff like that. It's a little bit higher in quality. It's going to, the paint's more expensive versus
Probably
just one
the process
solid color.
too. So, and then some of those new ones, they also have like the ghost flames that are truly ghost flames because you can't really see them.
But they say when you get them outside, they really pop, but we haven't really seen one outside to see it pop. So I don't know.
Sunlight.
Sun's out.
Hey, there you go. How about that?
By the end of the day, here, it's all rolling out. So
Kind of like California weather.
Yeah.
They said sun comes out every day. It does, but it might come out 20 minutes before the sun goes down. Don't forget to change your clocks. Clocks change everywhere but Arizona. Free. That's what that. What's that? Nothing's for free. That's right. Hello,
hard time.
Julie and Wendy in Northwest Pennsylvania.
But overall, it's really exciting here. Teddy Morse is kind of changing things around here a little bit, trying to make it a bigger and better event. Overall, I'm very pleased with Daytona this year. You know, people come crab about the police and all this. You know, the people we've seen get tickets did stupid stuff. One guy, if you watch the video the other day, guy was splitting lanes, 2 or 3 motorcycles, splitting lanes, flying past all of us that were stopped, riding
Right in
outside
front
of
of the
wall.
Iron Horse where all the cops are
And
at.
they got him.
Not
And
smart guys.
Hopefully they got tickets because they deserve the tickets. You know, you're going down Main Street. Why are you revving your bike up? Why? We all know Harley's all got the same kind of sound. You got a crotch out, we don't want to hear that whining out anyway. It hurts your ears. But I mean, what's it proven? So, you know, they warn you. They give you 2 warnings before they write you a ticket.
They do.
So
They
unless you're
should
pulling
stop
a
that.
wheelie or you're doing something dangerous, they're going to give you a ticket automatically.
Burnout.
But that's one of the things I want to say about Daytona is it is a show-off rally. We were at a Burger King and somebody came in the parking lot, 2 motorcycles and doing burnouts. Guys, hold this brake. Anybody can do that. You know, you're not proving anything that none of us we could do. I'm not ruining my bike. I'm not tearing up my tire. My freaking tire was $356, I think, for the tire and $110 to put it on. That's about $200 more than it was 2 years ago. So if you want to go out and burn up a $500 tire, go for it. But to me, I'm always worried about the tire, the tread flying off, taking out your side boxes or tearing your fender up or something like that. I'm not going to do that to my bike. But there is a lot of people here in Daytona that I kind of figured that out this year. Daytona Bike Week, yeah, that there's a lot of people here that I don't know if it's because they're up on the East Coast, they're up in the snowy areas, they're not able to ride the bike, so they bring it down here and they're like, let's party, man, let's get wild, let's do crazy stuff. Now, the sad news is there is no place anymore to do burnouts. You know, it used to be the Iron Horse had it, and a lot of rumors going around that's still there. It's gone. It ain't never coming back. So we don't really have a good place that people can go and do burnouts. Kind of like Myrtle Beach, you've got Suck Bang Blow, you can go over there and do it at. None of the campgrounds here have any place to do burnouts. And so I don't know why. But maybe if they had that, maybe it wouldn't be quite as people doing it on the road. But speeding here, yes, the mileage, you can get on the A1A. Some places here it's 55, it's 40, 45, 30.
Never know.
Go through a school zone, drop into 25. So you really got to pay attention to the speed limit. We've been running about 5 miles an hour over the speed limit and haven't had any issues. We have never, ever, ever been pulled over or even talked to by the police at any rally we've gone to the last 25 years. What?
25. One time,
Well, I was going to a rally. That wasn't at a rally.
I guess. And
Yeah.
it was a stupid thing why he pulled us over anyway. But they were all saying you're right. Neil says, how about we do start a no radio in town law? And George says, that's so true about Daytona being a show-off rally. And Skippy says, it's like the candy apple red used to be very expensive. To try anything, even a car in candy apple red was always like crazy. And David Brown said he just spent $700 on 2 white wall tires on his 09 Deluxe blue and cream color.
And it's crazy. You know, just 2 years that tire lasted. Got a slit in that. I'm not sure. I didn't look at the rest of the tire. I don't know if I ran over something and I put that cut in the tire. It wasn't leaking. It didn't really necessarily, after I was looking at it, it didn't really look like it was dry rot. It almost looked like I ran over something. So I don't know Hard to say.
Well, the roads aren't very smooth around here either. There's a lot of bumps. All of a sudden, it's like you're driving and it's like bam. So they're not really potholes, are they?
No, some of that is one. Their manhole covers here are raised,
Like 2 inches.
and so that does that. Also, there's a lot of patches on all these streets out here. They got a lot of asphalt patches, but when the difference is when they're throwing asphalt in there and they're patching it, they're not doing it the same. A lot of times they'll do a bag patch where it's not the good hot asphalt like the machine puts down. Does a better job of putting it down. So we try to do the side roads here. We run down. What's the 2 roads we run this way?
Clyde Morris, we rode a lot on, and Williamson was one. That's
What's
up
the other
closer.
one? The first one off of the A1A, the one.
Beach.
No, the other way. Where is Giuseppe's Pizza at?
Nova.
But Nova's
That's-
another main road. It runs down the road.
I know, but I mean, it's not like a bypass. There's a lot of people that take Nova.
No, but a lot of people take Clyde Morris too.
Well, not motorcycles. You don't see a lot of motorcycles on Clyde Morris.
And just good roads to cut through to get you to the other end of town. Like yesterday, we actually went for a ride with one of our subscribers, and we went all the way to New Smyrna, pretty much on a back road. We only got on the highway on the one just for a little short period, and we kind of ran along the beach and stuff, along a lot of condos and stuff like that. It was pretty good. And,
So Adam Smith, the Cheyenne Saloon, is that the one in Sturgis? Because it said they still have a active burnout pit, but I don't know if there's a Cheyenne Saloon. They said in East Palooka, Palaka.
Cheyenne Saloon near me. Says it's 4.6 miles away. It is on the 17.
So they have a
But see, what's bad
good
about it is
food and cheap drinks.
most people don't know what's there. See, it needs the almost, and a lot of it could be, the neighborhoods here. 'Cause you can get over to the Iron Horse there where they had that. There's houses that are behind them and stuff. So there's a lot. People complain, and it's sad here. We don't. You can get out there to Cackleberry. They could have a burnout pit and pretty much get away with it. Cabbage Patch, same thing. They could have a burnout pit out there. But it's taking more time away, but you need somebody to sell tires too there. They could even do something here instead of doing the which they don't have.
We have a YouTube channel. We follow motorcycle rallies. We're doing a live right now. But if you want to take a card, you can take one.
Yeah, take one.
Yes, sticker, and then take a card.
And,
Check us out.
And so a lot of just I forgot where it was at. Somebody came up, grabbed one of the cards up. We're selling stuff. We're actually sitting behind a live wire, and when we first got here, everybody's asking us about the live wire.
How fast does it go? What's top speed? Where it's like, oh my gosh, somebody else was asking where something was in the store, and I'm like, it's the information.
I guess it says Teddy Morris on our table.
Yeah.
And so they think the information is right over here, but it's not. It's kind of in between the 2 doors.
They've got 2 entry doors, and then the information desk is in between them. So it's like, yeah, if you come in the far door and come this way, you'll see it. Or if you come in this door and go that way.
Yeah, but if you came in this door here, which is closest to the front, this is kind of weird how they built this. Bruce Rossmeyer built this, and I don't know. We weren't here when they moved all this stuff. It was the dealership here before they built the hotel, because that's kind of when you look out the front door here, you're looking right at the hotel. Where if it was, and it might have built it this way so he could use the 1 as his address, because it's wherever way your front door is, that's what your street address is. So that might have been why he did it, but I don't know. I would think he probably built the dealership first, then he built everything else around us. That would be my thought, because that was his whole idea, is to build this. So when he first built it back here, the hotel probably wasn't here to where it was looking out that way, and he probably had a. Back then, there probably wasn't a barbecue stand out front. Colts is there. Saints and Sinners is in front of us here. So all that is before you get to the 1 now.
So David Allen Coe does not play at the Iron Horse anymore.
No, his health has gotten him down. Actually, I thought he'd be gone by now. He would pass away by this time, because he didn't play last. Yeah, David Allen Coe didn't play here last year either. His health has gone really downhill, and so he hasn't been here like in the last 2 years.
Adam Smith said that that bar is off the beaten path, but it's a good ride out there and must hit for bike events.
And it's cool. Just like I said, we went to New Smyrna yesterday and went down to, what was the name I told you that bar was called?
Finn's? No, Flagger Tavern.
Yeah, Flagger Tavern. It was really cool. I would highly recommend. We kind of just took the GoPro in. It didn't film very good, so it's not really good footage. It's a little bit is on Sunday, and so hopefully it'll be good enough for you guys to check it out and see. And give little girl a sticker.
Yep.
And
Oh, now she's got 4 brothers.
you know, we'll stick with that. We don't need to give the other 4 kids stickers. Just thought the little girl came up with wondering what we were doing, so she gave her a sticker. Now the other one's saying, "Where'd you get that sticker at? Where'd you get that sticker at? Go get one from the people. Here's a business card. Put some tape on the back. Stick it on."
Now you know what our kids had to put up
We'll
with.
give him this guide sticker he gave you. You got an extra one. Only need one.
I told him we'd put on a thing. Just looked at the live on Main Street getting packed. Yep. Main Street gets busy. We were going to maybe go down there. I don't know.
Yeah, I would like to. Would like to. I don't know if it's going to happen tonight or not because by the time we, depending on when we wrap this up,
Well, those first 2 guys that came up wanted to chat with us after the live. So
I don't know how long we'll go. We got 70 on. I think this is about our normal 64. This is about normal for our normal live. It's not going crazy. We've done very, very well. We should have talked about it before. We're only about 500 away from breaking 30,000 subscribers. We really was hoping, and we didn't really put the shout out to all of you, to remind everybody to push us.
Subscribe.
We've done really good. We've gained about almost 600 subscribers in the last 28 days. So, we've done really good. We picked up a lot of new people that we greatly appreciate. People that we're coming up to, first time they met us. They just started watching us a couple days before the rally started to get some input on what to do and where to go and how to happen. And a lot of people thought, because we've done videos here about a week before we ever arrived here, I was already putting some videos out. So people thought we were here. We certainly weren't. We were still home. And
we're going to do a part 2 of Willie's, right?
Yeah. I think maybe several parts. I'm going to probably make a couple different videos up. Is what I'm thinking about Willie's is I think I'm going to do one just of showing you a bunch of bikes and show you the winners. And then we'll go back and finish up like the one I started where the first half did the interviews. We got a lot of interviews. We probably got an hour, 2 hours of just interviews with people that own bikes and stuff. I spent most of my time.
I wanted to show like a before and a during. So I took a lot of aerial shots throughout the day. So I was hoping like he'd do 1 or 2 interviews and show you a shot of the crowd, do a couple more interviews, show you a crowd. So I tried to do that a lot, and then in the back too. So that way it kind of breaks it up a little bit. You're not just hearing person after person.
Well, I've been kind of showing on. If you watch the first one, I think it turned out pretty good. My first one I just put out, it's 20 minutes long. But I mean, we showed you some bikes coming in, some people talk. Show you some bikes coming in, some people talk. And which I did. I had one person wrote on there and said, "This is the best video you've ever done." Well, actually, you should go back and watch one we did a couple years ago. I didn't really find a really good. We got a couple girls we took shots of that we're going to probably try to make thumbnails for. One of them I picked out, and one was she's like a gypsy. She's done a bunch, and she did a contest and did a bike build in 30 days. But a lot of the girls we talked to built their own bikes. Yep. So one of them was on that video the other day, and we got quite a few of them that we talked to. So that's going to be kind of cool. I like that. Of that. We got a lot of footage today that we shot here of the dealership and stuff, how many people are here and things like that. International Speedway has just been crazy. We were down there yesterday. You'll see a little bit of the stunt show. We showed tomorrow's video is kind of it's called the best of. It's just kind of I took a whole bunch of different clips from all week long and showed you some of the different things that we did. And some of those will come out in videos. Some of them won't. Some of them like the stunt show. We're not going to show you an hour worth of stunt show or 20 minutes of it. But we'll stick that in some of the different things. We're going to end up doing a whole bikini contest that we did. If YouTube flags me, we may have to put it on Patreon and show you that. We didn't make it to any of the wet teas that it had going on. They're supposed to be doing something down at Dirty Harry's, but we never was advertised. I didn't see anything going down there at 5:30 when they said it was going to be going on, so I don't know.
Everybody's saying the chopper video was very nice. Eric says, I appreciate your videos. I haven't been to Daytona in well over 20 years. My friends and I would basically ride to Main Street, park the bike, and bar hop all day. Nice to see that it's all still there to do.
And the only thing that's really changed right now, and it depends on how long you've been coming out, is Main Street Station is gone. It's closed up permanently. It's all fenced off. You couldn't. We heard they were going to use it for a parking lot. We've heard a couple different stories. We don't really know what's going on. From what we're hearing, is the person that owned the property and the liquor license was not the people that were been running it the last 4 or 5 years, 7 years, whatever they've been running it. So there was some kind of disagreement between the two, and there's where it sits. We're hearing that the city does not want it to open back up as a bar. I mean, if you get a liquor license, I don't know how they can. If they buy the liquor license the guy had, I don't know how you can stop them. But that you can get a temporary liquor license in Daytona, Norman Beach, and stuff like that for rallies. But to get a license that's year round, they're far, like sturgeons. They're far and few between. So we'll see what happens. But right now, if you watch the video on Main Street, we got a lot of footage of Main Street. We were down there a couple of nights, a couple of days. So, because we were actually staying with one sexy biker chick, she's got a house about 2 blocks off of Main. We kind of stayed there for the first week, the week before the rally started. Friday
The day it started. Yeah.
Friday we moved over to the place that we're at now. Never recommend much. We'll talk about that after it's over. The hotel we're at, really nice place, but the walls are paper thin.
It's just like talking to somebody right next to you. You hear every word they say.
And somehow the people that are next to us in our room come home about 3:30 in the morning and stay up the rest of the day. So I don't know what they're
Rest
doing.
of the night talk.
If she's a stripper.
And then,
I
like,
don't know
they
what
had
they are.
cards. I don't know, they had cards, and they kept. Did you hear that a couple times? And it was like, are you
And then
playing
you hear the
cards?
people upstairs. I don't know what's going on upstairs. First time we heard it, I thought people were maybe leaving the room. You heard like suitcases rolling across the floor. Those are all not particle board floors, but the parquet floors. And there's no carpet or nothing. So it was like, and you hear that all the time. And then last night we heard it too. People stomping on the floor and stuff. And it's like,
And we don't know if they've got kids upstairs above us. I don't know.
we asked for a first floor because it's just easier for her to get in and out, easier to see the bike, all that kind of stuff. So we would definitely not stay there again. It was a great price. We only paid for 10 nights. It was $1,100. Teddy Morris here, the management said that they would work with us on a hotel room here. That it's a Clariton. And so if they work it out here, it'd be great, which gives them an advantage because we're closer to them. You're going to get more footage from here going that way, where being in Port Orange, it's a truck. It's easier for us to get to the Speedway, but probably Speedway's probably going to be in between, probably about the middle of both ways. So she looked it up. The highway is 20 miles from where we're staying at to get here. So it's a truck, and especially if we're taking the back roads, it's a good 45 minutes.
Because then you get a lot of lights. But sometimes, and it really, knock on wood, I don't know, even though there's a lot of people, we haven't had the traffic, I don't think, as bad as it's been. Like the backups trying to get here. The couple of times we did come here was like the middle of the day. I kept thinking.
The other day when we left here, the Beaver Bar, it was back way up on that side. So what ends up happening is early in the morning, they have all the lanes open here. And as it gets busier during the day, like when we got here this morning,
it was all open.
Yeah, it was still all open. So usually around before noon, they'll take that turnoff lane coming off the highway, coming from Daytona. It'll be its own private lane. So everybody that's coming on the one is down to one lane, and that backs way up because everybody's in 2 lanes trying to get into the 1 lane. So it's just crazy. So you're better off getting off, making a loop and come back on the highway and coming that way. When you come off the ramp, coming from what's that way there? I guess that's going towards St. Augustine's. Is that going that way?
That's north. St. Augustine's is north.
So St. Augustine's coming that way, you make a right off of the one. They're getting onto the one from the 95. You have your own lane that takes you right in here. And then they're no longer letting you come into the main entrance of Teddy Morris. They started this last year. And they're not letting you go into where Hooligans is at. They're making you go to the next one, which is a truck stop entrance. Plus, it's the one that takes you around the back. And they're wanting people to park in that back parking lot now.
Which they did last year, too.
Yeah. And so it's a lot different from what it used to be. And then now the old lady yelled at us a while ago. She was out there doing the Bikini Girls, since they're here only on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They're out here. The Bikini Girls are. So we hadn't got them all week. We haven't been here during the week. So she got them today. So you'll get to see them coming up, washing the bikes. And then, so then you park around back, but they're only letting you come from JP Cycles this way, one way. You can't go back that way. You got to go back out here, the entrance,
go make a big
and go
circle.
back around. So if you're trying to get in that left-hand lane, and then if you don't want to make a turn, come back in the dealership again, or come back around the back, you have to try to get between the cones and get into that one single lane that a million people are in. Then you can't make a left-hand turn at the light coming out if you come out of the back way to get on the A1.
Gotta go down 3.
Exits are blocked off. Reason they're doing that is because in that one, there's actually a turn lane. Some of the bikes are off the highway. Some of the bikes are way on the highway, still sitting in the turning, the fast lane on the 2-lane highway here, the one, which if anybody had ever get hurt, to the county. Now, it was their idea. It's not Teddy Morris. It's not anybody here.
The state.
It's the county.
Yeah.
It's made that decision. That's how they want people to exit here.
So Eric says, seems like watching your videos and others that baggers are the majority. What is that what you mostly see there these days?
This time I've seen a lot of different stuff.
Well, down in Daytona.
Typically right now, there's probably a lot more baggers. Typically, most rally people is a bagger type. That's because it's people that are traveling. You're putting your gear in your bike, things like that. But we have seen this year, being down at International Speedway the other day, I think it was Monday or Tuesday we were down there, and within a couple hours, there was at least 500 bikes roll through. I seen like Pan American style adventure bikes. We've seen a lot of trikes. I seen a lot of dirt bikes. Lots of dirt bikes are running around all over. I don't know if it's because we've got the flat track racing, but way more dirt bikes than I've ever seen before.
Well,
100s, 200s, 400s, 500s, 650s. Just crazy.
Speedway, they've got Hondas, Kawasaki's, Suzuki's,
Royal Enfield. There's even one weird brand I never heard of. The one that's got all the flags there right by the Harley sign. I don't even know who the heck those are.
So almost all the name brand bikes are down at the Speedway. So that one whole side, like almost in front of where the track is all the big
vendors.
Corporate.
You can go ride a bike. There's about any kind of bike you want to test ride is here. Because usually, I don't think Indian used to always be down there.
Indian's there.
I mean, was they always down there?
Yeah.
It didn't seem like Indian had a display down there. It just seemed like they were always at the dealership.
So, yeah, trikes and baggers are big down here. Is there any good dinner or breakfast place where you guys have there? And yes, get some rest when you both can.
Yeah, right.
These 10-day rallies wipe us out. I mean, we're not getting any younger. So, yeah, they do. Good breakfast place is Steve's on the A1A. We've eaten there before. We love it. We tried the Peach Valley one, but we were kind of in between. We were going to have that luncheon at the racetrack, and we had like an hour and a half to kill, and we didn't really have anything to do. And I said, well, let's try that peach tree. So we didn't want to eat a lot because we knew we were going to that luncheon. So we just got a pancake and split it. But they had some really good things that looked delicious, but we didn't get them because, like I said, we were on our way down there. Bob and Tam's Main Street Station, Raleigh Station. Now there's an idea. I don't know. He kind of always wanted a bar back in the day, but we're too old for that now. It'd be one of those bars that would only be open till 9, and I'd be said, "Out of here, you're done." A meet and greet place, yeah. But then we'd like be stuck there all the time. My parents, growing up from 7th grade through high school, our parents had a motel, and my parents never went anywhere. They had the motel. My dad was a cop, and then my mom stayed at the hotel. She had to be there to clean the rooms and wait on people, and you never could leave. You were open pretty much 24 hours a day. So anyway, it's crazy. Did you get a chance to see the new Buell Super Cruise? The Buell tent is right down here. I don't know if Bob filmed it or not, but maybe, I guess we won't be going that way on the way out. Unless we go all the way around again. We'll have to see. We're going to JMP Cycle tomorrow, so we'll try to check it out. But that's what I did my, I don't know if it was a Charger, a Super Cruiser, but I did my training on a Buell. I think it was a Buell 500. So I like Buells. Uh, I love your camera work. Thank you. There's Dave's Crazy Trailers. Yes, I missed. Are you gone already, Dave? I was thinking that this morning. Oh, we saw Cool Whip, Harley One Forever. We saw ZZ Twin Cam. We saw the Monkey. We saw. Seems like there was somebody else we saw. But we saw a lot of people, but we didn't see you. So are you already gone? Or are you still down here? Oh, Roadwood Therapy. We saw her. She was down here.
Should be
Dave's
on
Crazy
tomorrow's
Trailer.
video.
Dave's
Yeah.
Crazy Trailer we didn't see.
Nope, did not see him anywhere. Is he still here? I don't know.
He said, "Sorry, I missed you all this week."
Yep.
So he might already be home or on his way home.
But it's been overall, I'm pretty happy with the rally. We've got a great relationship back here with Teddy Morris. We were kind of worried about that from last year. Things just didn't seem to roll real good with the GM that they had at that time. So they have a brand new GM, which is Kelly. And he's a great guy. He was actually on our video opening day. When we had our opening day, he came on and talked and said all the plans that he has and stuff. He's got a lot of ideas. Great. He's going to get this dealership. Because when we first met Teddy, he told me that this was going to be the biggest, best dealership in the state of Florida. So now with Kelly being there, I believe that is now possible. So there's going to be a lot of changes. It's going to get bigger and better. And, by next year, it'd be totally different. Maybe when we get to here in Oktoberfest, if we get back here for Oktoberfest, we'll be able to give you an update of what kind of improvements and things they're trying to do. But I mean, I'm excited. We love it when dealerships want to work with us and help us out and help them out because we're here promoting them. And Teddy's all the dealerships he's got. He just bought a couple new ones over in Arizona by us. Didn't buy ours out, but closer to us.
Tucson.
We may be able to see them soon. I think we were going to make a trip soon down to Tucson area because we got some bike builders and stuff down there that we've met that invited us down. Also a place down there that actually have bison that they train for movies. And actually, if anybody caught last year at the Full Throttle Saloon, the guy actually had a baby in there you could pet and take pictures with. Not like those ones with the jeans hanging on their horns.
It was a live one. It was a little, it was a baby one, but it was kind of neat to see that.
So pretty exciting. So any other questions anybody's got? If not, we're probably going to wrap it up here real soon, just for the fact that just a lot of stuff's going on. It's still light. Maybe we'll go down to Main Street and see what's going on. And we'll be closer to where we're staying. Sunday tomorrow, they're talking rain off and on, so I don't know. The goal is
Beaver Bar?
Yeah, I don't know. If it's raining in the morning, we're not going to Beaver Bar. If it is raining, if it's not raining, it doesn't look like rain right away, we'll go have breakfast at Beaver Bar. But if you're still here, let us know.
I think Daytona Dave was still going to come back up.
Who is?
Daytona Dave.
Okay. And so he comes
by Daytona Dave, but he lives down Edgewater.
And maybe he's living Daytona, maybe. So maybe we'll still go. If the weather's decent, not raining, since they say we had the rain today, maybe it's supposed to be here Sunday till late in the evening. So we should have all day tomorrow to still go around and see what's going on. We got a couple things here to wrap up here before we leave the dealership. And then maybe we'll be able to hit. We haven't even had any steak tips or nothing over at the Iron Horse.
The Iron Horse.
Yeah, so maybe we could do that tomorrow afternoon or something and do that. We haven't ate our favorite place is Ford's Garage. We wanted to go there and we haven't done that yet.
No, I was thinking we could do that for dinner.
Maybe.
There's Mark. Tacoma Trailer Trash. He's the one that stayed in the tent by Sherry's thing. It says, looking good. Keep up the good work. Hope you're doing all better. He kind of got banged up there.
And so we do stuff with Camp Easy Ride. And they're going to be doing something unique here real soon because they have quite a compound that they set up at these events. And they're looking to maybe do something with bring guests in, give you a chance to come in and experience what they offer because they have everything. They've got dance poles, they've got hot tubs, they've got all kinds of games. They take a party bus out. Yeah, they have a Blackstone grill there. They're cooking up breakfast and stuff. They've always got coffee on and mimosas and all different stuff that they have during their events. And typically it's for the people that are staying with them. but they want to get more people to come in and say, hey, check out what we do. Maybe you'd be interested, especially if you're a tent camper. You know, it's so much easier than it's just all that stuff you don't have to carry with you. You know, they give you a blow up mattress. It's up on a stand. It's just cool. We'll get into more of that and tell you more as we get to the next event. They're actually going to be down in the Keys. They got an event coming up. They're also going to be in Eureka Springs.
For spring fling.
Yep, that's going to be coming up real soon. People are looking into
They're
that.
going to be at the fairgrounds out in Berryville.
And then they're also going to be in Leesburg. And so they got a lot of events coming up
Acres.
here real soon, too. So they got a lot of stuff coming up in the next 30 to 60 days, too. So just a lot of stuff going on, a lot of cool stuff. If you're looking to come to Leesburg or Panama City, Thunder Beach Rally, or Myrtle Beach, let us know. We will be covering all three of those. We will be on property there, checking all that kind of stuff out. Once again, we're not getting a big head start there. Myrtle Beach, we might, depending on how all it works, I basically have 4 days to get there before it starts. So if I ride the bike, it's going to take me at least 2. I'm not going to drive 650 miles in one day. I'll probably do 300 miles a day, probably. Second day, do a little more, maybe. I don't know. I haven't even looked that far ahead yet to figure out. She's going to probably ride with one of the vendors. So she'll be in town, but she won't have any access to travel around to do anything. We're not going to have a car or anything. We're only going to be strictly, the next 3 rallies will be only on the bike for transportation. So we got a car this time because getting to Orlando, it was going to cost me, round trip, each trip was going to cost us $80. That was half the price for 2 ways. It'd be $160 to go round trip. And the car rental was only like $280 for 15 days. So it ended up being nice to have a car. We ran around, we had to go pick the bike up too. So if I would have had to pay to shuttle over to get the bike, would have probably been another probably $100 or more to probably take somebody to take us all the way to Ocala from here. So it all worked out fine and pretty good. But after this, we're only going to be on the motorcycle. We have a hotel that we'll be staying in Panama City in. And then on Myrtle Beach, we'll be at Steven's house hanging out there. And he's kind of like in the middle of everything too there. So it'll be kind of good to get in and out. Easy to get to most of the stuff that's going on. He's not too far from the dealership. What do you got? Anything?
Eric said that he subscribed. I said, thank you very much. He's now a subscriber. And Eric says, great. Now tell all your friends and family to subscribe, about 300 to 500 more to reach 30,000.
It would be nice.
It's all up to you, Eric.
It'd be nice if we could get it. Make sure they watch the video, though. If they don't watch it, if you just click on a video and you haven't watched it, they'll take them back away from us in about a week. So make sure if you have friends and stuff to subscribe to us that they at least watch a video. You can pick a small, short one. You can watch one that's 8 minutes long. I usually do, if I'm picking up a new YouTuber, I'll hit their video on my phone. I just let it play. I lay it down. When I look at it again, it stops. Then I usually write a comment. I'll subscribe. And how I write a comment is I look and see what everybody else wrote, and I kind of write something similar to what they wrote. So I didn't really have to necessarily watch their video. And then when I got time, I can go back and watch. Because if somebody comes in and says, hey, I got a YouTube channel, check me out. If I don't do it right now, I'm not going to remember. I'm like, who is that? I had a guy today came up to me, and I thought he knew us. And he's like, oh, man, I want to give you a sticker. So I was filming. Oh, I want to give you one of my stickers. And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. I'm not in my pocket. And I said, well, Tim's running around here someplace. And then right before he walked away, he goes, what's your name again? So apparently he has no idea who we are. Whoops, throwing money around.
There he is. Yeah, and then he's going to blame me because he lost his money.
I don't know.
He lost the sticker.
He's already put it in the bike. I don't know. It's a bigger sticker, I thought.
I don't know.
I don't know. Don't know what happened to it. It is gone. But might have threw it in the bike when I ran back over there. Because we ended up, her phones were all dead, running down. So she sat next to the bike and charged up the phones.
They weren't dead. They were down to like 70%. But I know when we do a live sometimes, depending on which phone we use, I like them all at 100%. So
There's doggy in here.
Aw.
Come on a mission.
The chocolate went out earlier. The lady had a chocolate lab. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't, with the people making all the noise at night, we haven't got a whole lot of steady, good night's sleep.
Yeah.
So we've been going to bed a little bit early. Last night was about 11 by the time I went to bed. A couple nights was after midnight. By the time I got edited and all that, because what we're doing now is we're filming all day. I edit that evening when we get back, and then it comes up tomorrow, depending on where you're at, 3 o'clock here, and then whatever time it is where you're at. Could be 11 o'clock for Neil, or when we were at home, it'd be like noon. So just give people an idea. We're still going back to where we're giving out videos where they're YouTube's recommending this time. Because we want to try to get the video I put out Friday, I put it out Saturday. Yes, today's Saturday. Video I put out yesterday, I put it out earlier, thinking maybe it would pick up more views, and it actually did kind of bad. That was my Willie one. It wasn't that good. Because some other guy put one up, it got like 20,000 views, and this kind of sucks. And
The Willie's Tropical Tattoo was outstanding. Good job. Those two ladies from Australia sure loved you.
so yeah, right now my Willie's one's at 4,900 views. Watching it was pretty good. I got like average of about 7.5 minutes. My Wild Moments is up to 9. So we've done really good at this event this year. A lot better than we've done in the past.
Steven said we could use this car.
I guess it's not the end of the day yet. I don't know if they put my numbers up for today or not. No, I don't think they did. For today, no, I don't think they put the video. They put in my money for yesterday yet. Probably still too early. But there you go.
Overall, we're pleasantly pleased with the outcome of the Daytona Beach Rally.
Because it's been in the past, Daytona here is just it's the last 2 years it's kind of sucked for us. And it got to the point where a lot of people said, I thought you said you weren't coming back this year. Well, one, we weren't going to come back with the fact that we can't afford to come over here anymore to any of the East Coast rallies. It's just too expensive. We spend way too much money to get here, and you don't get rich off YouTube. We're not Mr. Beast, and we're not any of these giant other YouTubers that that have 100,000 views on every video that they put out. I wish we could do that. It takes us a whole rally to get 100,000 views out of a week. So it is what it is, and that's fine. We're okay with that. But we got a lot of our subscribers, or not subscribers, but our sponsors stepped up. A lot of the vendors we had and said, hey, we want to help you guys out. You've helped us out. And that's where you see that at the end of the videos. Those are the sponsors that actually has given us, either gave us a place to stay for a long period of time, or they've actually given us money to pay for the hotels, pay for the airline tickets, things like that. And we're doing pretty good. We're supposed to get 2 here. We still got one more that said he would, but his vendor didn't do so well this year. Had some issues with a bike, and which had nothing to do with the rally. It just sometimes it happens. And you got to remember when you're at rallies is everything's man-made. You could have something done to your bike and get home and it's not working properly. Well, that's why the vendors that we have, we recommend they'll stand behind their work. But because then you got to figure out, well, how am I going to get it fixed? I'm not, maybe I lived in Canada. I'm not coming back to Leesburg next month. So how do I get my bike fixed? Well, with the vendors we have, they'll find you somebody locally to fix it and take care of it. Now, in some places, some of the vendors actually have lifetime warranty on parts, but they don't warranty their labor. They'll send you the free parts, but those aren't usually the ones we're handling now. But just a FYI. But we try to help everybody out if there's any issues. And most of our vendors that we have, actually all the vendors we have, we've never really had a formal complaint or one that we had to straighten out a problem with. So that's good from our side. Might make a difference when you go to them and you tell them, hey, it's, Bob and Tim sent me, I'm here to get this done. Da, 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 da. It doesn't make a difference. Because they know if you're not happy, you're going to come back to us and say, hey, this guy screwed us. We're not happy with them. And then, of course, they know I'm going to contact them and say, hey, what's going on? What's this order? Here's the people's name. Here's the bike. What's your side of the story? Because sometimes it's not, like we were just talking to them here at the dealership, and somebody was having a complaint with the new GM came in. They were complaining about something. And whatever it wasn't the dealership's fault. But it only took a $35 part and a little bit of labor to fix it. So the GM, once he kind of figured this out, he just said, just fix it for the lady. End the story. Because that's the problem with it is if somebody complains, they're going to tell 10 people. If you're happy, you're going to tell nobody. And that's why we come along and we tell you this. We've had a lot of work done by pretty much all the vendors we deal with. I've had work by them by them. Or if it's haul bike, they hauled my bike. People like that we can say, yes, I have no doubt that maybe they're not the cheapest in the world. Maybe you can find somebody for $900 to haul your bike to Sturgis. But if they have a wreck, or if they don't strap your bike down right and it falls over in the trailer or something like that, do they have insurance to cover you? Are they a commercial carrier? If they get caught on the highway at a weigh station and they're not commercial, they can't prove those bikes are theirs. Now what happens to your bike? Will it show up in Sturgis or show up in Daytona like it's supposed to? People have to have license. Just FYI.
Yep.
You just want to make sure all your I's are dotted. If you're going to have a transporter haul your bike, things are cheap. Sometimes you get what you pay for. Haul bikes, they haul a lot of high-end bikes, are actually right now are hauling Harley Davidson's brand new bikes. They're getting them dropped off at the warehouses because they can put 45 bikes in their trailers, where when they bring them in here, they've got them in those giant crates and all that stuff. And so like here, they had about 128 or something when they were getting them that night when we picked up my bikes. You won't see it in the video, but we just talked to one of the dealers at Adamak yesterday when we were up there the other day. They said, oh yeah, Haul Bikes is just here going for new Harleys. And they're like, yeah, they're starting to do that for Harley Davidson. So even Harley Davidson trusts somebody that hauls over 50,000 motorcycles a year.
But
You ask whoever's hauling your bike, that $900 guy, how many bikes does he haul in a year? Is he only hauling it to Daytona, or is he only hauling it to Sturgis because he's going? But same thing, if I put somebody's bike in the back of my trailer and brought it along with us, like here, but we're only going to have one bike going to Sturgis this year because my bike will be shipped. But on back, it's coming back in the trailer. So if somebody wanted their bike hauled, I could put it in a trailer, a couple $100, but I'm not insuring it. If I had a wreck and your bike got damaged, not my problem. I'm not covering your bike. I'm not insured. I know, and that would be expected if you had a friend do it for you versus you paying a company or, just like I said, do these people have DOT license? Are they able to haul? Do they have a CDL? Because that's what you need. Even if you're hauling with a pickup truck with a commercial trailer, see, a lot of guys don't put stickers on them, so they're like, it's not commercial. Once again, if they got pulled over at a weigh station, they decided to open the back door, and there's 10 bikes in there, and they go, well, whose bikes are these? Oh, they're my friends. Well, let's run the serial numbers. Let's see who owns them. That could run into time. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it definitely could. So there you go.
These all bikes are at Myrtle Beach, Charlie, all the time.
There you go.
That's what Steven says. And Steven knows.
He's there all the time. So there we got. What do we got on here? We got 69. 69 is mighty fine. All righty. I guess we'll wrap this up. Still got a little bit of daylight. She wants to go to Ford's garage and eat. So if we want to go down to Main Street, want to get down there before it gets dark. Because if my camera I didn't put my really new camera on. I don't know if I want to put that on the front of the bike yet or not. To see how it picks up at night. But most of our cameras that we put on the bike don't pick up very good. This GoPro was doing a little bit better, but it's kind of, I'll never buy another GoPro ever again. And my new DJI Osmo Action 5 is excellent. I am overly pleased. Best, cost me under $300 because I had the batteries already. Got a free battery with it, got a cage with it, and the camera for like $289 on Amazon. No complaints at all. I already had the battery pack. Yes, the new battery lasts longer. So what I do with that one to get it back fully charged, I just charge it through the camera, and it only takes like 15 minutes to charge that thing back up from dead by just plugging it into a phone out charger. And so that's working really well. Then my other phone, my other Osmo Action 3, I just leave the compartment over, and that's what I'm putting my microphone on for when I do interviews. So if I want to do the lapel mics, that way I don't have to. And the new cameras, you can buy them. Once again, I've already got another set of cordless mics that I don't use. And so I don't want to buy another set to go along with that one because it goes wireless. Yeah, roadless. So there you go. Has anybody got any more questions about Daytona? Very happy. Weather could have been better. Had a lot of sunny days. You can tell by me, I got a lot of sun. So sun's been really great. The wind was just awful the first half of the rally up until just yesterday. Wednesday and Thursday was still windy as hell.
Yes. Very windy, a lot cooler than it has been. So a lot of people are saying this is the coldest Daytona bike week ever.
We had one day, the day it rained, Wednesday.
80.
It was 84 degrees before noon. Then it dropped down to about 55 that night,
Ugh,
maybe even 50.
makes me cold just to think about it.
So other than that, it's been a really decent rally. I don't know if anymore. 2 people have been killed here at the rally. One of them was out in DeLand. The other one was out on Highway 40. That was within the first few days of the rally. I don't know if there's been any more. We haven't had a chance to talk to the police, but we will get a rundown after the rally from the Ormond chief, and he'll let us know. Last year there was 5 deaths here during the rally.
That's what somebody wrote. That was Pat and Brenda Rodriguez.
They said there was only this. I mean, did I say a while ago 5? I thought
I don't know.
last year.
I mean, maybe that was over the county and everything.
Yeah, it could have been.
Because that's what they said. In Sturgis, there wasn't as many. And Sturgis is a lot bigger. But I said Daytona is a more compact area with more people, and you got tourists, and it's a party rally. So you got people doing stupid things while they're drunk in a condensed area with a lot of people.
A lot of cars.
So I would think there would be more fatalities in
Kind of like
Daytona.
Myrtle Beach, things like that. There is, which is what I say. There's no 500,000 people came here. The newspapers tell you all this. There's not even.
It says Scooter comes out of hibernation next month.
But I look at, even in Orlando, if you even took all the hotels in Orlando and all the hotels around here, there isn't 200,000 hotel rooms for people to stay at. There's not that many Airbnbs. So that's the first problem that you run into. There isn't, I don't know. My guess here for this year, last year I said there was about 30,000 people showing up. That's it. This year, I'm going to probably think there was 30 to 50,000 maybe throughout the whole time. There's only 60,000 motorcycles in the whole state of Florida. And not everybody's coming here. Probably not even 10% of the people that live here are at this rally. So when you look at that, and then there's a lot of people pushing strollers. There's people with dogs. People, you don't see babies riding around with strollers on the back of motorcycles. So there's a lot of
Myrtle
people
Beach is
here
another one.
that you can't count that. And so you can't really count the true bikers versus the tourists here. So I would say, let's say there was 30,000 people here, I would probably say 10,000 of the people that are here in Daytona area are vacationers, people that came for spring break, people that are here with their families. Main Street, you can definitely see it. You see people that you can tell by when they're walking around, they have no idea what they're walking into. They're tourists. They don't own a motorcycle, probably don't even know what a motorcycle is. Be lucky if they knew what a scooter was. But
It's so funny. It's almost like Main Street is a parade. When we were down there, I don't know what night it was. Maybe it was Friday night, Thursday, Friday. And all these people with little kids on their shoulders, little babies are holding, kids are holding their ears, and they're like, what's all that noise? It's like, kids don't want to be there. I mean, they're like, because you can't let go of them, because if they would have ran out in the street, I mean, they're going to get hit for sure.
Or get stepped on by somebody.
And it's like, I don't know.
People are trying to push their strollers up and down on these sidewalks, and it's wall to wall people. And Main Street's always that way. It doesn't matter what night you go down there and during the rally, and you're right up against everything. The person in front of you is right in front of you. So we're holding the cameras up above us to get those shots that we show you. And sometimes you can't even get good shots of the motorcycles. And a lot of people are the same people just go around and around. Sometimes you're down there for an hour and you see the same bike 10 times going up and down Main Street. Go to one end and turn around, come back and forth.
You can tell that the big wheel bikes are in now. Did you see a bunch of them yesterday and today?
There's a big one out here I took a picture of. And this thing must have like a 30-inch wheel on the front of it. Well, once again, it's getting to be Black Bike Week. It started here. It's Friday and Saturday. And so we started seeing them come in yesterday. Nothing wrong with that. But you see a lot more of the big wheels.
Like the fancy bikes.
More of the crotch rockets. You see a lot more of those coming in now. And nothing wrong with that. But there's a lot of white guys riding on those too. So not saying that it's just one ethnic
But to me,
group.
I think those are like, I don't know. I guess there are specialty bikes, but they're just, I don't know. They just all look really different. With
like a showroom bike.
Yes.
It looks like something you'd have in a custom bike show.
It's always neat to see them.
Yeah, they're different, and the bikes usually they're really high up in the front, and they sit really low in the back, and that's just the kind of bike that some people like that. Just like a cholo bike, some people like that. We just had a guy talk to me today about where would be a good place to go to a cholo rally. That's the kind of bike he's got. And we were he said, is there many in Sturgis? Hey, well, there's a few. There's a few here. But I mean, probably Galveston is probably your most group of wide variety of people. Diversity, yeah. That's the most diverse crowd anywhere is Galveston. You see a little bit of every nationality there. And there's a lot of Mexicans, there's a lot of white people, there's a lot of black people there, there's some Asians, there's all different ethnic groups are there to enjoy the rally. And it doesn't matter what color you are, what kind of bike you ride. Now, if you've got a, what's those three-wheel things? Slingshot or anything like that, they are not allowing them in Main Street. And people that have these things are whining and crying like they're a bunch of little babies. Then one person said, I'm suing the city because they're not letting me ride down the road. Wah. It's a motorcycle rally.
Well, somebody else had said this on our channel before, and I'm sure a lot of people have said it. If it's got a steering wheel, it's not a motorcycle.
Well, but I mean, you go to Leesburg the same way. Even some of the wider trikes can't go down Leesburg. But what they've done is they put those big metal barricades in the center of the road.
A bear trap.
I had a guy the other day dropped his bike. Because you try to go into single file when you go down Main Street. You can't even get two bikes side by side. So if you bring a trike through there, it's probably tight for even a trike coming down Main Street, which we did. But they're very strict. No golf carts are coming down. But once again, it is a motorcycle rally. And those signs always said motorcycles only on Main Street. So they're now enforcing that and telling you, yep, we're live. Now you got to look this way. Where are you from? Alabama. North. He said North Alabama. Makes a difference, don't it? It makes a difference, don't it? All right. Have a good time. There you go. Nothing wrong with rednecks. There you go. Some Northern Alabama boys.
Yep.
And girl. And they said that's where all the rednecks live. That's nothing wrong with that. I used to be called that when I was in high school. We won't get in that story.
No.
So what do we got? I got 68 on, been an hour and a half. Let's go ahead and wrap her up. Any more? One last call for questions while she starts to wrap it up.
Well, here, what Bruce say? I need curb feelers for my big as bike. Is the vendor there? Sell them. Curb feelers for motorcycles.
They used to. I don't know if they still do or not. You might check. You can check the Harley catalog, see if it's there. You might check Rick Rack. But I mean, you probably could find some of the big wheel companies probably would have
one
them.
by Speeds. They had a great big, like a spoke.
Yeah.
The wheel.
And I have seen them before to where they've had them on some of the bikes that's had big fat tires. They've had them hooked onto like the fenders or the side bags. So I have seen them before. Somebody today asked Carolyn if you knew where the place that leathers your bike, where I guess they wrap your motorcycle in leather. And this girl said she had it done. And I'm like, and Carolyn's like, I've never heard of that. And I'm like, definitely not here at the dealership. I haven't seen nobody in the last 5 years. She goes, you just had it done like 2 years ago. I said, I don't think here. I said, well, I know some people that do seats, but I don't know anybody that wraps a motorcycle leather. I guess this girl needs it fixed now. And they all looked at the girl and said, are you sure it was here at Daytona? And she's like, yeah, I'm sure. Probably it was some smaller event, someplace, who knows where, someplace where somebody had a leather shop.
Bruce said, oh my gosh, I was just kidding.
Oh, about the curb feeler?
Yeah. But
I have seen them on a motorcycle before.
Hey, Joe.
Not popular, but I've seen them.
You know, when you come to rallies like this, especially the bigger ones, they have all these different vendors and you see all kinds of stuff.
When we first started coming to rallies, we went to Sturgis the first year, it was like 2005 or something. And we've been there. At that time, a lot of stuff wasn't out like it is today. But they had this thing to make your bike put a reverse on it. And I'm like, well, that's really cool. It's a whole different transmission that it put on it. And I'm like, well, that would really be handy if you're on a spot where you got to push the bike back up and you're by yourself. You can put it in reverse and back it up. And, now that's pretty common. A lot of trikes have it.
But this was a long time ago.
Yeah. And then, like I said, it's 2005, 20 years ago. So but that was kind of the cool thing, is to see the new things. That's what I said, especially Daytona and Sturgis is two places that you can go to guarantee to see something you've never seen before being sold.
Do you think, wow, why didn't I think of that? Or somebody made that for a bike. How about that? Hey, Bob and Tan, keep up the good work. Thank you for bringing us the videos. That was Stephen Duncan. Thank you for watching, Stephen. We appreciate it.
wrap her up then.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. Hope you've been enjoying all the videos of Daytona. We appreciate all of you guys watching. We love you all. If you haven't already, please subscribe because we're trying to hit that 30,000 mark. If you've subscribed, tell a family or friend member and ask them to subscribe. Don't forget to support our sponsors.
That's right. Yep. Keeps calling them
Subscribers. Because they're the ones that are getting us here this year to give you guys all these great videos. So
And make sure no matter what video or what vendor you go to, if you've seen them on our videos in the last 5 years, tell them,
Cool.
you know, we were here because of Bob and Tam. If it wasn't for Bob and Tam, we would not be here because we're always looking for, just like here, we don't know if next year the same sponsors will step up again and promote us again. But if they don't, then we may not be here next year. Right now, I think a lot of them are pretty happy. We actually talked to one of them yesterday, and they actually want us to do more stuff for them. So they said, give me a price on that. We've got a couple other vendors that, like Oktoberfest, says they want to talk to us about maybe doing something. They might want to sponsor us too. So we got a couple others. We got somebody else that said they might want to sponsor. We got a lot of people in the works here to where we might be able to go ahead and start booking stuff already.
we want to get those bike builds going too,
Yep.
so we can give those bikes away to our veterans. We're really excited about that. We just need to get some bikes so we can give them away. So thanks a lot for watching us. Love all you guys. Appreciate all you guys. Hope to see you at a rally. If you're out riding, be safe and be careful because we don't want to hear anything bad happen.
That's right.
Neil says, great video, great information as always. Thanks. Bye. See you in Sturgis if not before. All right. See y'all later.
Bye. She's hitting the button.
Button. Who's got the button?